Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology, the most easy way to learn astrology. And today with me is Alejo. Hi,
Hi,
Alejo.
Rod.
How are
Nice
you?
to see you again. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. So once a week we kind of prepare that this kind of a mini astrology lecture, not really lecture, no, mini astrology
Course. Yes.
exercise
Yes,
course
exercise.
or something. But I think it's fun because it also help you and me, to be honest, help you and me to learn the basic astrology
I think so
again.
too. Yes.
Yeah, and I really like it. I really like it because when you learn astrology, I mean, I repeat several times to be honest. I did learn from two different schools. And
Mm-hmm.
then also I always start from the basic learning class. So when I teach in the basic, I say, oh God, I know so much, and it's kind of keep repeating. So we are always learning. But talk about learning. So any new course or
Yes.
conference or workshop.
Yes, indeed. So on the 30th of March, I'm going to be doing a webinar with Kim Farley, who is a genius,
Mm-hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
we're going to be talking about the astrology of the hero's journey. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, the hero's journey is this idea that came up from Joseph Campbell
Mm-hmm.
about the monomyth, which is like the basic structure of a myth that it's in every myth, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to try to apply this idea to astrology. So we're going to use a chart and to see how is the hero's journey expressed in
Mm-hmm.
that chart, so that people can then look at their own chart or their client's chart and try to express their hero's journey and the different stages of that journey for each person.
Wow, sounds so interesting for someone who always love the mythology and
Yes.
fantasy movie. That is a kind of a must-do workshop because you really want to discover yourself and how about your journey, and then also ask yourself what stage you are in at this moment because it's not just one way and one hero. We keep changing, we keep evolve, we keep go to discover the different part of yourself, and that would be so interesting to attend this workshop. So if people want to attend in this workshop, they can contact faculty, right?
Yes, exactly. At the Faculty of Astrological Studies, it's astrology.org.uk, and you go to
Mm-hmm.
online events or events, I think it's called, and then online seminars, and there you have the option to
Mm-hmm.
join. Yes.
Cool. That would be so interesting. Well, I will be also quite busy at that time, because I'm going to the Portugal, a beautiful island
Ah,
in Atlantic, Ponta de Glada, and is like I think a 2 hours flight from Lisbon, and I get invited to um Portugal conference,
wow.
and I'm going to give a talk. The first talk I'm going to talk is the aspect pattern, and then
Mm.
another workshop I'm going to do is the node in transit, and I just feel so funny.
Ah.
That's not between you and me, but I want to say that. Okay, I just find out that all my talk are kind of um the same, or the what should I say? What's the exact word? That some people, some another speaker share the same topic with you.
Ah, really?
You know who is my teacher, Carol Taylor.
Ah,
But
really?
Carol always have. I think Carol's recent talk is the aspect pattern, and I think she's going to do a workshop in faculty about the
She did it. She
transiting
did
of
it like
nodes.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah, so I was just like, why? And she is my first tutor in faculty.
Because she has inspired you. She's
she,
great.
she is. I adore her. And well, I did invite her to teach, to give a webinar in Taiwan and China at this moment. So soon we will announce it. But it's so interesting the coincidence between the topic I choose between the two different people, and we choose the similar topic. I just like, oh my god, that is so funny. Oh, okay. Anyways, I just like we just talked about something quite fun, and they just couldn't stop. Well, today our 10 minutes astrology, we're going to learn very different. We're going to learn something called minor aspect.
Hmm.
Why they are called minor aspect, Alejo?
Well, I don't know, to be honest, but maybe it could be because they were not the traditional aspects that everybody used
Mm-hmm.
in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, some people call this non-Ptolemaic aspects because Ptolemy did
Yeah.
not speak about this, not
Yeah.
use these aspects.
Yeah.
And also maybe they are considered minor because they use small orbs, or
Mm-hmm.
they might be considered that they are not so prominent and these kinds of things.
Well, yes, I think most things I heard about is like what you say. The first, they are non-Ptolemaic aspect, and also they use the minor, they use the small orb. But I also heard about people used to say the minor aspect that they are not something you know very prominent. I kind of disagree with
Yeah,
that.
me too.
So, well, they could be something interesting because, I mean, because of orb. Because in there's one way I see the orb. You can have any aspect with a large orb, like conjunction with 8 degree, and some astrologer even use 10 degree.
Hmm.
And when I say yes, you can use it, but the orb is about how close two planets is. If they
Hmm.
are not approach to each other, if they have 10 degree away, which means the thing is not urgent. But when
Mm.
the two planets close have a close orb, like a 1 degree orb, the things are a little bit, stuck in front of your face. You have to deal with that. I don't know how you take the orb and the wide orb and the
Yeah, I
small orb.
agree. I agree. I think the tighter the orb, then the stronger the aspect. I think
Mm-hmm.
minor aspects, especially the semi-square and the sesquiquadrate, which is the ones we're going to be talking
Mm-hmm.
about today,
Yeah.
are important because I don't want to become too technical, but they respond to something that we call the eighth harmonic, which
Yeah.
is the harmonic of reality in some ways. Basically, if you think about
Mm-hmm.
the moon, if you think about, let's
Yeah.
put it this way, if you think about the moon, the four
Mm-hmm.
important moments in the moon cycle that we all know
Yeah.
are the new moon, of course, the first quarter when you see half of the moon, then the full
Yeah.
moon when you see the whole of the
Yeah.
moon, and then again we have a
Yeah.
quarter. We see, like, we call it the last quarter
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah.
you see again half of the moon. So this response, if you remember, we talked about
Yeah.
squares and oppositions. So the
Yes.
full moon basically is the sun and the moon in opposition. And the
Mm-hmm.
first and last quarter moon are the sun
Mm-hmm.
and the moon in squares, so 90 degrees
Yes.
apart. And of course, the new moon, it's the sun and the moon together, so it's the conjunction. So if you think about this, you think about a circle, and you have in
Mm-hmm.
one point of the circle, you have the new moon. 90 degrees later, you have the first quarter. 90
Mm-hmm.
degrees afterwards, you have the full moon. And again, 90 degrees
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, you have the last quarter. You
Mm-hmm.
have like four important points in this cycle, in this circle of the cycle.
Yes. Yeah.
So the semi-square and the sesquiquadrates that we're going to speak today are the middle point between these four
Mm.
important points. So they are a turning
Mm.
point. They are the moment in which the new moon is starting to become a first quarter moon. So to
Mm.
me, it's very important because it's
Yeah.
the moment where things are changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think this is the one way the faculty teach about the aspect with the harmonic, with the numbers, and I think that is really useful. But it's a little bit more technique, like
Yeah,
Alejo said. Alejo used a very beautiful image about the moon's cycle, moon's phase, and that is another way we appreciate this number eight aspect with the they divide the 360 by 8, you get 45. So
exactly.
the one of the aspect is 45. Should we go to the two, explain how many degree they are apart, and then by using a
Yeah,
chart?
yeah, it's perfect. So if you
Okay.
divide 360 by 8, so the semi-square and the sesquiquadrate respond to the number 8. So if you divide 360 by 8, you have 45 degrees. So the
Mm-hmm.
semi-square is when the planets are 45 degrees apart.
Mm-hmm.
And like Rod was saying, usually we use very small orbs for this. Rod and I, we use 2 degrees orb. I guess you also use
Yep.
it because you follow faculty standards. So
Exactly.
This means that it's not only 45, it's from 43 to 47 degrees. So you see, there's not a lot of margin. So usually, if it's a semi-square, it really is a semi-square. It's not like the other aspects. And then the sesquiquadrate, we use 135 degrees. So it's the planet. So again, it's this idea that the planet is between the square, which was 90 degrees, and the opposition, which is 180 degrees. So in between, you have 135 degrees. And that's what we call the sesquiquadrate. So sesquiquadrate and semi-square, they have a similar flavor. It's not exactly the same, but it's quite very, very similar, to be honest, in my opinion, at least. And yeah. So should we go to the meaning or?
Yeah, let's go to meaning then, because they kind of share similar meanings. And I think for the beginner, well, yeah, that's Alejo, please.
So I really like the idea when you said when you have to write sesquiquadrate, you have to check the spelling.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
and you said this is the spirit of the sesquiquadrate. And to me, it's something like that. The semi-square and the sesquiquadrate is an aspect that requires a little bit of effort in order to achieve your goals. And I have a beautiful image, and I think I took this from Sue Tompkins' book, Aspects in Astrology. I think it's from there, that she says, I think it's her, I apologize if it's not her, but I think it's her. She says, it's like the soldier that has to polish their sword before they go into battle.
Wow.
It's like something that requires some effort that you need to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve. So these two planets are working together. It's not like a huge effort like the square, but it still requires some effort in order to achieve something in reality, something real. It's like a tangible result. I don't know. This is how I see it. How do you see it?
I'm 100% agree with you, because the effort is a most important keyword in the semi-square and the sesquiquadrate. And also, I think some people try to make it different, but I think they are, the keyword is like you put a lot of effort in, and the things are not easy. Last time we talked about the sextile, there is still effort in. We have to pay effort, but we enjoy because it's a pleasure. Well, these sesquiquadrate and the semi-square, that because it's not sextile, so there is a little pleasure, or sometimes maybe you couldn't see that you are working on something, and you have a goal, you want to achieve something, and you put a lot of effort in, and so you spend a lot of time, you're working really hard, and then you keep repeating. I think this is how I read the semi-square and the sesquiquadrate. So in our chart today, we have we use the very famous American film maker Steven Spielberg's chart, and I think if I didn't make a mistake, if I make a mistake, please correct me, Alejo. I think is the Mars, right?
Mars Jupiter, yes.
Mars Jupiter, yes. So his Mars is a 1 degree Capricorn, and his Jupiter at the 17 degree Scorpio. So the degree between them are kind of a 45 degree.
Yes, because 1 plus 15 would be 16. So it would be 1608. So it's like almost out of orb.
Yeah, almost out of orb. So it's nearly there. So it's like a 16 something, nearly 7, nearly nearly. So this set of between Mars and the Jupiter. So how are we going to do the interpretation? So first, think about I will start with what I usually do. So very easy keyword. So Mars is about action, and the Jupiter is about maybe ideal or expand his action. Then expand his action, expand his influence. When Mars form a semi-square with Jupiter, this person may want to expand his action or his plan or his influence or his career. And then, like Alejo used the word of Sue Tompkins, this soldier has to polish, has to prepare, has to do lots of work. lot of groundwork, especially Mars is in Capricorn. So this Mars has to do a lot of groundwork, basic work, preparation work to make sure he can expand his action in the future.
Yeah, like
So,
to
Alejo,
achieve
how you
his
do?
mission, right?
Yeah, achieve his mission. Yeah.
Or his vision, what he,
Oh,
yeah.
his vision. Yes.
Yes.
How are you going to do the interpretation of these two set of aspects?
It's a good question. So I would say that with Jupiter in Scorpio in the 5th house, I would add,
Mm-hmm.
there is the sense of expansion and growth through creativity
Mm-hmm.
because it's the 5th house.
Mm-hmm.
So expansion and growth is Jupiter. And in the 5th house is, I feel expanded. I feel that I have a purpose when I create, when I express myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Mars in Capricorn in the 6th, I am driven to achieve success in my work, in the field I do, in the work of my field. So these two want to work together. They need to kind of learn how to work together in order to achieve tangible results. So maybe these fantastic visions that he has about what he could express need to be grounded through Mars in Capricorn. So it means through diligent work and like kind of making plans in work in order to make this vision real and happen in real life. I think it's similar to your interpretation.
Yeah, yeah. This is a very. I think this is how we make aspect easy because we hear so often the beginners say aspect is so difficult. Aspect is so difficult. To be honest, yeah, we can. If you understand the planet, and if you understand the meaning of aspect, it wouldn't be so difficult to make an interpretation. It's
Yeah,
just
I agree.
how you're going to apply it. So maybe we should use his another set of aspects as an exercise for everyone. I think is that Uranus, the six key quadrate, right? With
Okay, yes.
which one? Yeah,
There's a sesquiquadrate between Uranus and the moon, right? And there's a
yeah.
sesquiquadrate between, is it the sun and Pluto?
Sun and Pluto. Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're right. You're right. I think so. Yeah.
No, yes,
Sun
it
and
is
Pluto.
just by a little orb. Yes,
Yeah,
sun and Pluto. Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. That is very. Maybe we should choose. Well, either is okay because either way is a personal planet with a
Yeah.
outer planet. So you can choose either between Moon and Uranus or the Sun with Pluto. So how this person in this chart going to put these two themes together, and that with a lot of effort, with the Sun theme, with Pluto, how to combine together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so thank you, Alejo. It's
Thank you.
not easy. I think when we talk about the six key quadrate, and the semi-square, we also feel like we try so hard.
Yeah, we try so hard. I think so too. Yes.
Yeah, so well, next week we have another set of a minor aspect going to explain, right?
I guess we're gonna talk about the semisextile and the quincunx.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's what we learned.
We didn't agree before. We didn't agree before
Yeah,
starting
we
to
didn't,
record.
but I think because no, yeah, I think it's this way because we all train from faculty, so
Yes.
I would just assume that we are going to talk in the faculty way because I'm not going to. I say, could you talk about it in some other way? Because I think that's both we easily to agree. We find the common point we can talk easy, and you are faculty tutor. You're probably not going to give a very wild, inspiration to something so quickly. Yeah, but it is okay. It is okay. So yeah, next week we're going to talk about an interesting aspect of a semi-sextile and quincunx. A lot of people like quincunx, and the quincunx is an interesting aspect.
I think they are fascinating. Yes, they have this kind of mysterious approach. Yes,
they are. And so, if you really want to know what does this semi-sextile and the quincunx going to bring into your life, please join us next week for 10 Minutes Astrology. But don't forget, at end of March, 30th of March, Alejo and Kim going to have a webinar, Astrological Hero Journey. Am I right?
The Astrology of the Hero's Journey, yes.
Sorry, the Astrology of a Hero's Journey. So if you want to join, if you want to discover your heroic journey from your birth chart, please contact Faculty of Astrological Study, and this would be a fabulous workshop. Okay, well, thanks everyone, and today we learned the semi-square and the sesquiquadrate. I always, when every time going to pronounce this sesquiquadrate, I just like I have to repeat 3 times. So, well, thanks everyone. And if you have any idea want to share, and if you have any feedback want to tell us, please tell us on the 10 Minutes Astrology group on Facebook, or you can find me on the Instagram at AOAUKROD. Alejo also has his Instagram. He posts a lot of interesting things there. So Alejo's account is?
My Instagram is Liminal Cosmos.
Liminal Cosmos. So, well, see you next week. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.